Bitcoin is the best asset. There is no second best asset. Buy Bitcoin. Keep buying Bitcoin. Don't sell the Bitcoin. Ignore the noise. I think that ETFs are just another application of Bitcoin, and there are thousands and thousands of applications coming. So in this particular case, 1% of Bitcoin, 1% more assets kind of flowed into the ETFs. It boosted the price of Bitcoin in the last 2 months by $20,000 a coin. And that means that 99% of the $200 billion of market cap got created, and something like 99.7% of the benefit was for the people that didn't own the ETF.
Wait a minute, everyone. Welcome to Bitcoinzilla, your platform for daily cryptocurrency analysis and news. Our mission is to keep it simple. Bitcoinzilla offers engaging information that is easy to understand. Our analysts keep their eyes on the latest news to provide valuable insights via email. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Join our community of 10,000 subscribers and experience the new edge with Bitcoinzilla. Subscribe now. Michael Saylor, the founder and CEO of MicroStrategy and a leading Bitcoin investor and advocate. Michael Saylor will share his insights on why is there no second best to Bitcoin? What's the impact of new assets flowing into ETF on Bitcoin's value? How are ETFs shaping the future of Bitcoin? Let's join Michael Saylor in this interview about these topics and more.
People with either less information or less awareness, if someone studies Bitcoin for an hour, then they will watch the news for 1,000 days, and they will have 87 moments of anxiety during which they'll sell the Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. And so Bitcoin has a lot of those people. Like, they heard someone say buy it, and then they buy it. But if you would buy it because someone said it's a good idea, then you would sell it because someone said it was a bad idea, because you're not making your own decision. You're basically reacting to the crowd or sentiment or emotion. So, a lot of people make investments based upon a recommendation from somebody else. And in the non-Bitcoin world, that's almost essential because there's 10,000 stocks. Most people don't study. How many people spend 100 hours studying each of the S&P 500 stocks? Nobody. Okay, so if you own one of them, how many people spend 100 hours studying one stock that they own? 98% of people don't spend 100 hours studying the one stock. The stock analyst, the person that covers Apple, they spend 100 hours, and everybody else kind of outsources the thinking to that person and says the analyst put a buy rating on it, so I'll go ahead and take their recommendation, I'll buy the stock. And when the analyst puts a sell rating on it, they sell the stock. And that's understandable in the 20th century economy, because in a world where you have to sift through 100,000 different investment ideas to figure out what to buy and sell, you can't possibly do it. A dentist doesn't have time to sift through 100,000 things. Okay, why do you have to sift through 100,000 different things in order to actually avoid losing all your money? And that's because the money's broken. Okay, so in a world where the money is broken, where there isn't a money where you can just buy the money and wait forever and have it go up, in that world, you're an investor and you're running your own hedge fund. And of course, most people don't have the time to run their own hedge fund, so they're the worst of all worlds. They're taking the risk of a hedge fund, but they're not putting the effort in to run a hedge fund. And even if they did, how many 65-year-old retirees, have the ability to do stock analysis on 500 different stocks? Like, I would argue almost none of them. So in this particular case, Bitcoin is a new asset class. It's digital money. Once you understand it's digital money, and you probably get there somewhere between 100 hours and 1,000 hours. Once you understand it's digital money, then you realize that the strategy is you just buy it and keep buying it, and don't sell it until you have to pay a medical bill or until it's an urgent life or death matter where you just have to sell it. But otherwise, you just keep accumulating and you wait for all of the chaos and entropy and inefficiency and disorder that undermines every other asset to take hold. The longer the time goes on, the more difficult and the more disorder there is, and the more people appreciate the value of good money. So I wasn't bothered by the volatility. I was just waiting, for nature to right itself. And I think that the biggest mistake you can make is become insecure. Is it money? Is it not money? Right? Once you've made your decision, you're committed, then you're just thinking if the price is low, that means I get to buy more.
Bitcoin's price has been soaring, hitting an all-time high of $72,800 on March 11. This has led to discussions about a possible correction due to overvaluation concerns. Michael Saylor praised the success of BlackRock and Fidelity's Bitcoin ETF at the Madeira Bitcoin Conference. Newly launched Bitcoin ETF have attracted $8.5 billion in net inflows in less than 2 months. Saylor describes Bitcoin ETF as a universal API for investors, simplifying access to Bitcoin and integrating it into traditional financial transactions.
The ETF people bought in at 40,000 and drove the price to 60,000 and have 1%, and everybody else had the other 99%, and their Bitcoin is worth 60,000. So in this particular case, if that's taking over Bitcoin by basically making all the people that don't use ETFs $200 billion richer, right? Then you probably want that to happen 100 more times. You'll see other apps. At some point, an insurance company will build Bitcoin into an insurance policy. And then companies will build Bitcoin into their balance sheet. And then a country, and if a country that you don't like buys 1% of the Bitcoin supply and drives up the price by a factor of 2, it'll be another example of every other country getting 99% of the benefit. So as people embrace the Bitcoin network, and as they build applications on it, and as they invest in it, it's impossible for them to take it over, because the network outside of the new actor is actually getting more powerful at a faster rate, and it actually empowered the non-ETF holders 100x more than it empowered the ETF holders. So it's not a fear I have. I think that every single new participant just makes the entire network better and more successful, and empowers every other type of Bitcoiner.
Tim Draper, a venture capitalist famous for his Bitcoin price predictions, has praised El Salvador's vision of embracing this new technology and talked about the benefits of this decision for its people. According to Draper, Bitcoin will make El Salvador one of the richest countries in the world in the next 30 or 40 years. Jamie Dimon, Morgan Chase's CEO, is known for his anti-Bitcoin stance. He has stated that he will never buy Bitcoin personally. However, Morgan Chase, the bank he leads, is involved with BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF. Grayscale has revealed the submission of an S-1 form to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, for the launch of a new, smaller version of its popular Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC. This initiative is designed to provide shareholders with exposure to Bitcoin, reduced fees, and potential tax benefits. Tether, the company behind the issuance of USDT, the largest stablecoin in the cryptocurrency market, has announced the launch of its currency on Saylor, an EVM-compatible blockchain. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.